Florida's Trump-loving governor Ron DeSantis encouraged voters last week to get vaccinated. Now, this happened at a time when Florida was experiencing a 50% increase in COVID cases from the week before, after witnessing a 429% increase in COVID cases a month before. So, yeah, things in Florida are really, really bad. We've talked about that ad nauseum. Florida's the worst in the country right now. In fact, the other day, I think we had 19,000 new cases. So, yeah, things are actually getting worse in this state. But it was a positive development that Ron DeSantis came out and said, hey, everybody get vaccinated if you can. It's a good thing. It's a safe thing. Don't worry about it. Get it. And, of course, as expected, conservatives came out and assumed that DeSantis had somehow been compromised, that he had either accepted a bribe or that people were threatening his family with harm if he didn't come out and push the vaccine. I got to read some of these comments. They're crazy. These people are nuts. So let's meet the nuts. Former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn accused DeSantis of, quote, trying to be politically correct in his promotion of the vaccine. Quote, that's a dangerous place to be for people in this country who do have influence, Flynn said. Conservative podcaster Stu Peters, confused by DeSantis' vaccine push after supporting his anti-lockdown stance, falsely accused the governor of taking bribes. It was all about bribery, he said, calling the governor a sellout. Everybody has a number. When you get someone to fold, you just put a lot of money on the line, he added. We don't know if DeSantis' family was threatened. Oh, God. The pro-vaxxers are now getting so intense. What are they, holding DeSantis' family hostage? You know, his wife and his little girl, who's only a couple years on, I don't think she's school age yet. Here's the thing. Nothing happened to DeSantis, okay? He wasn't bribed. Look, I would love for the guy to be, caught taking bribes and kicked out of office. Trust me, I would. That's not what's happening here. He wasn't bribed. Nobody is threatening his family, okay? What happened was that he realized this pandemic has shaped his entire gubernatorial administration, and he's up for re-election in a year and a half, less than a year and a half. If this pandemic is still raging in the state of Florida because he has mishandled it so badly, he's gonna lose. And if he loses re-election here in the state of Florida, he can kiss any presidential hopes he may have 100% goodbye. Him running for president in 2024 hinges on whether or not he wins re-election in the state of Florida in 2022. See, those things really do go hand in hand, because if he can't pull it off here, then he has zero chance of winning the Republican primary in 2024. So maybe he understands that, you know what, I can't be seen as the worst governor in the country, especially when you got people like Cuomo still kicking around out there, because that scandal just went away and nobody seems to give a damn about that anymore, right? And Cuomo literally waited out that scandal and poof, now it's gone. All of the sexual harassment complaints, all the nursing home deaths covered up, nobody cares anymore. Cuomo, yeah, good job. Same crap down here with DeSantis minus the sexual harassment. State has mishandled the pandemic from the beginning. They sought to downplay it. They covered up the data, fired the data scientist who was actually trying to tell people the truth and refused, according to her story, to, doctor up the data to make Florida look better. And now there is no cover-up. There's no way to cover up what is happening here in the state of Florida, and DeSantis knows it, and it's happening under his watch. He can't get away with this, and you sure as hell can't run on that platform. Not to mention the fact that if you kill off your Republican base, regardless of how well you handle the pandemic, it's going to be pretty difficult to win an election when all your voters are 6 feet underground. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel for fresh content 7 days a week.